All right. We are on air, I believe. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if the chat room is still. Is we on air? Yes, we are on air. Yo, everybody. What's good? Hold on. Let me go to the comment section real quick. You know. All right, I am live. We are live. We are live. We here, y'all. We got a guest on here, special guest. His name is Promethius Unchained, and man, and we're just gonna just talk about real talk, y'all. You know, and if anybody in the chat room got some questions, they can go ahead and you know what I'm saying, leave a comment under there. And what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I really appreciate you getting me on, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of shadiness going on, man. And I've been holding this in for like years, man. But you know what? Check it out. I'm about ready to call it out, bro. Let's just go on, call it out, man. Let's make America great again.
Yep, make America great again. Also keep America great. This country is destined for greatness. Ooh, did you hear about the Judge Janine situation? Judge Janine or something? She supposed to said something. Uh, she supposed to did some kind of Islamophobia. You know what I'm saying? She supposed to did something like that. You know, the phobia.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm glad you asked about that. Check it out. You know what? Look, bro, I think it's real shady how they did Judge Janine.
Yeah,
Obviously, we have everybody has different political viewpoints or whatever. We don't always agree on everything. But,
yeah,
I thought it was pretty fair with what Judge Janine was stating about Ilhan Omar. You know, Ilhan Omar, she had made a lot of incendiary type statements, a lot of what I would consider anti-Semitic statements, and I mean, you really can't blame the judge for just trying to call her out because it seems like nobody else wanted to call out the congresswoman for what she was saying. And when I was looking into the politics, it was kind of weird to me because it seemed like the Democrats didn't want to specifically call out Ilhan Omar for all of her anti-Semitic statements, with the Twitter and all that stuff, and I mean, it was kind of like watering it down. You know what I'm saying? Because the genesis of the resolution itself, started from her, saying all those things. So it was wrong how they took her off the air. Fox News, they need to turn around. They need to bring her back. And let's see, looking into it, it seems like they replaced her with Donna Brazile. And I mean, I appreciate Donna Brazile. I know she's a Democrat. I'm not sitting here trying to necessarily choose sides, Democrat, Republican. I try to keep it solutions based. I look for solutions in the problems. But Judge Janine, she should not have lost her show or been replaced behind it. So
yes. I heard her show is supposed to be coming back or something. That it's not permanent. I don't know. That's something I read earlier. Maybe I misread it or something.
mhm.
But I saw something like that. I saw it up in Google or something that she's gonna get her show back. I haven't really looked. If anybody in the chat room know about that, speak now. You know,
Yeah,
let
just
us
let
know.
us
But
know. Yeah, man, and I
yeah,
really hope they bring her back. They should have never even suspended her, in my personal
uh-huh.
opinion. And it seems like Fox News is they're they're taking unnecessary steps. And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like, for example, if you look on Twitter, there was something that happened with a little while back with Steve King. He was making white supremacist based statements. He's a Republican, but check it out. At least the Republicans took him off the committee, but the
mm-hmm.
Democrats weren't interested in taking Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Intelligence Committee. And the Foreign Intelligence Committee, that's a very powerful position to be in.
Yeah,
So hopefully it
yeah.
works out for her.
Yeah, yeah, yes. It's all bias. You know, when it comes to that, it's all favoritism. It's all favoritism because a lot of the left, they can get away with almost anything. For real, they can get away with almost anything. I mean, they pretty much say what they want. They pretty much do what they want. But no one shows that. No one on the left that they have a problem with that. They don't have a problem with that. You know, they're trying to dehumanize our children and make them unnormal, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to penalize them with that. It's just so much, man. It's like,
yeah,
they're mad because we winning. They mad because we winning. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree, man. You know, we're winning. You know, with Trump coming into office, you know, things have been turning out a lot better. The economy's improving. You know, I don't have a big, you know, special job. I ain't got a lot of money. I'm not elite in any type of way. You know, but we all can see that the economy is improving. You know, that Americans are generally better off. And one thing that I like, in my personal opinion, one thing that I like about Trump is it seems like, you know what, at least he looks out for the Black community. You know,
Yep.
so he cares about all Americans. And, you know, from what I've seen, and I know I've talked to you before, you know, I've talked to other people about it before, you know, but I think it's real shady how it seemed like the mainstream media, you know, with the radio songs and with the media that they put out representing the Black community, it seems like they always put the Black community in a negative light. And it's what I'm thinking about to myself is, if you putting out all these songs that are promoting, you know, gang banging, selling dope, you know, doing drugs, how do you think that all the other races are going to look at us? It don't matter if we doing good in school, we got a successful career, you know. So all these other people in the mainstream media are upset, in my opinion, that our current president is helping out the Black community, when the mainstream media, from what I've seen, I turn on my radio 93.7, you know, here in Houston, or 97.9 The Box. All the other media, they always painting the Black community in a negative light. You know, and you know what? Forget them.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You know, forget about them. You know, we ain't got time to sit here and worry about all the stuff, you know, that they pushing. But you know what? You know, me being a Christian, and that's one thing I'm very proud of. I'm proud to be a Christian man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm an ADOS. You know,
Man.
yeah, check it out. You know, I'm an ADOS. We still got our sickle in the family and all that stuff. But you gotta call it out. I feel as though we have a responsibility to call out evil where it stands. It's in that Holy Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The words.
So, you know what? Nobody's perfect. I'm not sitting here saying Trump is perfect. He Jesus Christ, whatever. But what I am saying is, you know what? At least this man cares. At least this man is trying to pull up all Americans.
Yes.
And the reason why I believe in this is because, you know, of how strong of a stance he has in securing the border. You know, what blows me out of the water is how the Democrats they swear that this border wall, you know, it's so racist. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does a border wall possess the consciousness to say, oh wait, check it out, you're brown, you're Central American, we're not gonna let you pass. But check it out, look, you know, little white boy over here, you can come through. You know, you might be from Poland or Sweden, you know, you could come through. You know, a border wall is not racist. It's just a measure of border security that actually works. If the Roman Catholic Church has their wall, okay,
Right.
and it protected them from being conquered from I might get this wrong, but the Moorish Muslims, when they tried to conquer the Roman Catholic Church. Why can't America have its own border wall. You know, it will effectively, you know, slow down the progress of the illegal immigrants that are trying to cross the border. That way we can allocate better resources. We can allocate our border patrol to where there may be vulnerabilities, you know, in our border. It'll slow down the drugs that are coming through. It'll take away the incentives for the child trafficking, the sex trafficking. I mean, where the hell is Me Too? Where the hell is Me Too? When you're protecting these children and these women, you know what I'm saying? You should be down for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it seems like these Democrats are just completely gung-ho. They on a mission to oppose this president. You know, when nonstop, we have said it over and over again. The president has said it over and over again. Just come legally. It's so simple.
Right.
If you just come legally, you know, we can establish your identity. You can get in line with everybody else and not cut in front of line with everybody else, you know, and then, you know, effectively, let's be honest, you'll pay taxes. But when you have all this wide open field and you have all these illegals coming through, it is so simple through the black market to obtain a false identity or to steal an American's social security number or a dead person. A dead person's social security number, you know, or you can have these illegals come through, and everybody talks about this all the time, but you could have illegals voting in our election cycles. So, you know, it's a huge problem, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I do know for a fact is that when you have all these negative stereotypes that are set for the black community, you know damn well that it's pushing us down to the bottom. It's so easy to frame a black man to be a thief when you have all these echo chambers pushing out that negative stereotype. It's so easy to frame a black woman for being a hoe when you have, you know, I'm just saying. And when you have, you know, this echo chamber that keeps pushing this narrative, you know, and with the connection with the mainstream media that's not representing the black community properly, in my opinion, you know, and then the illegal immigration, you know, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that the black community is going to be one of the first Americans to basically fall out of the bottom. Okay. And this is where I'm at with it. Even in Hollywood, just to be fair, to me, it's a little bit fishy how they could come for Bill Cosby. Right. You know what I'm saying? They could come for Kevin Hart because he didn't want his son to be gay. And demand that he apologize over and over and over and over again. Just to host a damn, you know, what was it, the Emmys or the Oscars awards? It wasn't worth it. Right. You know, they could come out on the red carpet and they could all, you know, support, what was his name, Billy Porter, I think Billy Porter, for basically being a black man wearing a half tuxedo and half a dress. And then everybody in Hollywood's like, oh my God, look at him. He's so special. He's so brave for doing that. You know, but they could try to call for the boycotts of Michael Jackson. They could try to call for the boycotts of R. Kelly. And they don't want to separate the crime from the art or the legacy. No, they want to destroy their entire livelihood. You see what I'm saying? Right. And bankrupt them, essentially. But yet and still, what about James Gunn? Hey, that's a white dude. You know, Disney, you know, want to go ahead and hire him back. So maybe me and you, we might have, slight differences, but maybe there is a such thing as white supremacy or white privilege. James Gunn can get away with it. They ain't calling to boycott him. Harvey Weinstein can get away with it. They ain't calling to boycott all of his work. Kevin Spacey, who I think he's currently in court right now, with the pedophilia and all this other stuff.
Hey,
ain't nobody calling to boycott them.
Look, I mentioned something earlier today, right? I did a rant video for 2 minutes and said there's no such thing as white privilege. I said it's liberal privilege. Think about it, liberal, the white liberals, and I always said black Democrats are not liberals. I always said liberal privilege. It's that it's that agenda. People in that agenda have that privilege. Whether you pro-black, you can get away with some things if you pro-black, but and if you far left, you can get away with it. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I agree. But see, I was agreeing to a certain point until they started trying to oust Bill Cosby. Despite whatever the work he's done, he may be considered a privileged liberal, but they still threw his ass out real quick. The same thing with what I'm saying with R. Kelly, liberal, they threw his ass out real quick, so it seems like there's a pattern. Yeah. There's a pattern. Why isn't Bill Clinton, thrown in jail for raping Juanita Broadwick? They're not calling to boycott all of his works. Why is Hillary Clinton, who was basically calling blacks super predators?
Oh Lord! Lord!
Straight up, why isn't she being tried or indicted and convicted and all that stuff? So it's in my opinion, it's probably like, interdimensional or whatever you may call it. But yeah, the white liberals in the end, the elite, the politically connected, the Democrats, the left, whatever, they're the ones that always seem to, get off scot-free.
They do. It's like, it is what it is. Let's call it out how we see it. Call it out how it is.
Yep.
Hey, see, my platform thick skin only. So next. Yeah. I'll put your link. Everybody, go in the description box. You will see Promethius Unchained link up there. Subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? He has some great content, real, unadulterated content. I mean, real. And I only deal with real people. You know what I'm saying? That can sit by my platform, and talk to me. So what, man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe and hit that like button on all those videos and the notification twice. All right. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, man, I just think it's real shady what's going on. It blows my mind away, like, because what I've learned as a black man who's Christian, a mixed black man who's Christian, is evil works in a way of radicalizing something. You see what I'm saying? It could be white supremacy. It could be Muslim supremacy. It could be the elite, supremacy or whatever. But it's when you take things out of balance.
Yes.
And you deem yourself completely superior as opposed to the other side.
Yeah.
That's what's sowing all this discord and all of this chaos. And the only way to get down to the root of the issue is you got to keep it real. You got to be honest about what's going on. That's just how evil works. You could turn anything into a weapon.
Yes, anything.
Yeah, and like we see what was going on with the public school system, for example.
Come on.
A lot of these kids are being taught to be political activists, and where these kids are being taught to be political activists, you're sacrificing their basic education. You know, because time is not, you know, there's only a certain amount of time of every day.
Yeah.
You know, and these school systems, it was weird when I was growing up. I remember when I was real young, you could pray in school,
Yes.
you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, it seems like they're just trying to push out God out of the education system and then kind of replace it with politics.
Yep.
You know, personally, with my son's education, you know, I remember I went to a meeting one time, you know, and they took it upon themselves to bash Donald Trump. What the that ain't got nothing to do with the damn school system. What the hell? What the hell
Right.
politics got to do with my son's education? You see what I'm saying? So it makes me very wary of the society that we're living in nowadays. You know, where you're just trying to inject politics into every single thing, every single facet of our lives. You know, and it's not like we're looking for that, you know, but we still got a responsibility to respond, you know, and to counteract all of that crap, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, you know, that's just where I'm at with it, you know. You know, another thing I want to talk about is, you know, Beto O'Rourke. You know, I heard he's running to become the president.
Okay.
So check it out. I volunteered for the Ted Cruz campaign. You know, for like maybe one or two times.
Oh, you out there in Texas? I forgot all about that. You down there with? Oh yeah, you down there with Truth to Talk at?
Yeah, I'm in the South. So you know, I volunteered for the Ted Cruz campaign, and you know, with Beto O'Rourke, you know, he's very, I don't know the right way to say it, like quirky. I mean, that dude is twitchy as hell. You know, every time he talk, he always doing this whole little thing, you know, and it's just, it seemed like it's a means of distraction to get, you know, to stop focusing on what he's saying, you know, and, you know, I just don't understand. When the left and when the Democrats were sitting here talking about, oh, the white man this, the white man that, you know, and basically the white Christian man is bad or the white man is bad. Why the hell you gonna sit here and try to put up Beto O'Rourke, who is a privileged white man?
Right.
That don't make no sense. And, you know, that's just mind numbing. You know, why you would do that. And then looking back on you know, when he was trying to run to become senator, his messaging, his rhetoric, you know, it seemed like it was so misleading because you got the mainstream media trying to prop him up, and you can search the videos and all that. They were calling him a rock star, you know. Right now, during his presidential, I guess, run, he's on the cover of Vanity Fair posing kind of like Ronald Reagan had posed and all that stuff, you know. But you got all the mainstream media, all right, supporting this dude going back in the midterm elections. And then on top of that, you got all these big donors that were investing into him. It just blows my mind away to where he still lost. He still lost against Ted Cruz.
You can't get over it. Oh, man.
So even though you raised over like maybe 4 times more money,
Right,
than Ted Cruz, you still lost. And that basically proved a point that money does not always equal results. Maybe it's all about the policy, you know. Maybe it's about the voting record. Because one thing I do like about Ted Cruz is that at least he supports the border.
Yes.
You know, Ted Cruz, he had came out with this act. It was called the El Chapo Act, which is absolutely ingenious. And basically, I think it was something about forfeiting the assets, forfeiting the money of El Chapo, and using that money to invest it into the border wall. So I mean, you know, how can you vote against Ted Cruz, you know, at this point, or be against Ted Cruz at this point? It's not about his personality. It's not about his, you know, quote unquote energy, whatever you want to call it. It's about the policy. It's about the
Right,
results.
right. Hey, I remember Ted Cruz. Look, I didn't like him. I didn't like him when he was debating with Trump. I didn't like him. And look, even when Trump ran for president, I didn't like him. And then one day I was looking at him in court with Mark Zuckerberg. I looked at him like this. I saw the way he treated them people down up in the courtroom, and he defended Diamond and Silk, had the picture and everything. He did all this. I looked at Ted Cruz. I said this. I like you now. You my no. I said, you stand up for censorship. You stand up against the globalists. You stand up against these hateful people. You have gotten my respect. And right there, look, after that, look, Will Johnson called me. We talked about it. We said the same thing. He said, hey, man, I like this. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And see, and that's the thing about Ted Cruz. Like, I remember one thing. I think he was debating Donald Trump, and he was supporting abortion, which I'm pretty much against, you know. But
Yeah.
Regardless, you know, we all have time in our lives to evolve and to grow and to change, you know.
Yes.
And it seemed like, you know, Ted Cruz, he changed and he kind of got with the times. You know what I'm saying? And I think the man's doing right. You know, you got to fight back against these big tech industries that are censoring us and shadow banning us. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of an echo. Hold on. Okay. All right, I think it's better. But anyways, you know, you got to fight back against these people, you know, because if you don't call it out, like I was telling you earlier, they just gonna get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Get away with it. I mean, do they see? I mean, do people see this? We gotta fight, y'all. We gotta go ahead and damn it, we fighting for our lives right now. I was gonna say we're fighting for our freedom, but I'll take up a now. We're fighting for our lives right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you, man, because check it out. You know, when you're saying we're fighting for our lives, you know, we're fighting for America. We're fighting for
Yes.
our Judeo-Christian values. We're fighting for our national sovereignty. We're fighting for our First Amendment right, our Second Amendment right, you know. And I mean, it's so simple. You know, it's so simple because, you know, the enemy, the adversary, he wants to try to confuse us and twist it around and spin it, you know, but it when you really just look through it all, if you could see the forest for the trees, it's actually very simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, I might not agree with everybody on every political point or whatever, but
Right.
it's simple. America first. Make America
Yes.
great. Make America great again. Make America godly again.
Whoa, godly again.
It's still MAGA. You know what I'm saying?
It's still MAGA. It's MAGA forever, though. Even though the new slogan is "Keep America Great," but it's gonna come. We got to go to where it started. At is MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
With all MAGA. Where the Trump train began. MAGA.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. So, anyways, yeah, man, you got any questions for me? I mean, anything at all, throw it at me. Or anybody in the chat.
In the chat room. Anybody got some questions in the chat room right now? Because it's, you know, we gonna light it up. It's thick skin only. You gotta have thick skin. Like I always say, if you don't like it, get the hell off my feet. You know, but it's stuff over here, y'all. I got a question, you know what I'm saying, about this word. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. Okay, this I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling some type of way. You got white supremacy right there, right? You got black supremacy, pro-black people. I mean, I've been dealing with stuff. I've been watching these pro-black channels, and they literally, when I say literally, I don't say literally, I don't get that word. Maybe I should throw that word. They literally, they do. They hate white folks. I'm talking about them type of that said and call this. I'm telling you, and said that we pray to the white devil. They go to black people crying out to Jesus again instead of read their books all the time. I'm like, shut the hell up. You guys are crying out to the devil. I mean, that's my take on pro-blackness. I'm tired of pro-blackness. I'm tired of I'm tired of people in the black community. I am. I'm giving you my thing on this. I'm tired of the people in the black community, the dumbed down people. I don't say people in the black community. I'm gonna refer to the dumbed down people in the black community.
Yeah, man, I understand. You know, I agree with what you're coming from. As much as I disagree with, white supremacy, I disagree with black supremacy. You know what? Look, check it out. When God made us, He didn't give a damn about race. He just made us in the image of God. You know, so there should be equal justice under the law, and there should be equal respect and sovereignty for everybody's individual rights. That's just where I'm at with it. Now, these pro-black people, I could maybe understand where they're coming from, kind of like what I was talking about, what's going on with Hollywood. You know, it's real fishy how they always put out all these negative stereotypes with the black community, but you don't see them with that laser focus on, in my opinion, any other race.
Right.
You know, so I can talk, I could talk to them. I could try to maybe understand their perspective, but being pro-black is just as wrong as being, a white supremacist. It's still it's a form of radicalization,
right.
to where you think you're superior to somebody else, and when you're sitting there thinking you're superior to somebody, regardless of your race, regardless of how much money you may have or your political connections, that's, in my opinion, that's where the devil wins.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Black Hebrew Israelites, when they did what they did to those Covington kids, that was wrong. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have my Twitter, if y'all want to check it out, the tag is Light and Fire 33, but I put it out on my Twitter, they were sitting there, hurling all of these insults to these children.
Yes.
And let's be real, they're kids. I don't care if they're 12, 14, 16, whatever, they're still kids. You know what I'm saying? And the human mind does not fully develop. The prefrontal cortex does not fully develop the critical thinking part of the mind until you're about 25 or a little bit older than 25. So these Black Hebrew Israelites, what they were doing to them boys is they were slinging fire. They were projecting all of their hatred onto these boys, hoping that they would react. That's what it was. They were hoping that these boys would react negatively, and then they were going to twist it around and say, oh, look what he did. He turned around, he slapped me, or he turned around and called me a nigga,
Yeah.
Well, damn, you already done called these kids everything under the sun. But see, my opinion is I think what kind of held those boys back was their faith. And that's real important. That's real important. You know what I'm saying? Those Catholic boys, they're deeply rooted in faith. They were educated, and they didn't lower themselves down to that level. Even when that I don't know who the hell that dude was, but even when that Native American guy, was banging that war drum in his face, you can't sit there and tell me that Native American dude was diffusing the situation. You get up in my face, you start banging a war drum, screaming in my face. Obviously, that's going to piss me off. That's going to piss anybody off. You don't get up and say, oh, he got pizza.
You got crying.
But yeah, man, obviously that's gonna piss everybody off, when you do stuff like that. But it was very important to see how those boys reacted, and I think that they took the higher road. So they did the right thing. And then after that happened, it blew my mind away how the mainstream media just came at those boys. What? Because of your perceived smirk? I mean, damn. So the boy can't even smirk or smile or look sad or anything, and therefore he deserves to be assaulted. You know, his school deserves to be shot up.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know, I'm calling foul on that. You know, and it's not a matter of race; it's a matter of right and wrong. So yeah, man, you know, these pro black people, you know, I could try to understand, but if you deal with somebody that, you know, let's say they're pro black, you know, one thing that you could tell them is, okay, you believe in, you know, there's white privilege or whatever. Would you ever go up to, let's say, Drake, Lil Wayne? Would you ever go up to Jay-Z and would you ever ask them, do you believe that you may have contributed to creating white privilege by putting out all these negative stereotypes for the black community?
Mm. Mm. What's up with these people? Jay-Z do not remember the message that he used to have over 15 to 20 years ago. He don't remember the message that he used to have.
Yeah.
And he don't remember that. He don't remember all of a sudden you turned Hollywood. Like, come on now. Maybe it's good that Tupac ain't been around. He ain't been brainwashed either because he prophesied a lot of stuff. Name a Biggie. I'm a sue. I get too deep. I get too hood over here. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. You know, and Tupac, you know, it's real crazy. You know, like Aaliyah, you know, they took her ass out. Tupac, they took his ass out. You know, and they was about to speak on some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows it. You know,
Yeah.
the same way they done took out Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the same way they done took out Malcolm X.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's a pattern, you know, and, you know, just so for the sake of, you know, politically correctness, whatever you want to call it, what about Abraham Lincoln? You know, he's a white dude, and check it out. He helped to free the slaves. They took him out too. I think it was John Wilkes Booth, a stage actor. Hello, Hollywood again.
Hello.
A stage actor assassinated Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves.
Real.
You know, and I even go as far as to say a Democrat, John F. Kennedy. They took him out too.
Yes.
The Democrat Party has metamorphosized into something that's not even closely resembling John F. Kennedy anymore. You know, because what did John F. Kennedy said, you know, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Gets no realer than this, y'all. Gets no realer than this. Go. Come on, gets no realer than this, y'all. This is real. Do they know they probably kill half of us? I'm gonna tell the damn truth. They probably would kill half of us.
And it really wouldn't surprise me. It won't. It really
whether we doing videos or not.
You know. And you know, maybe there's just too many of us. You know, maybe to kill us all off. You know, and that's why with the social media and stuff, they're trying to shadow ban us. They're trying to censor us slowly but surely with their algorithms. And you know, with all these social media people, oh, it's the algorithm. You know, no, check it out. It takes a person to program those algorithms. Somebody somewhere is responsible for it. I was just looking at the news tonight, and I think I saw it on Sean Hannity. But Devin Nunes, you know, I think he's going to start suing. What is it? Twitter for $250 million. You know, because they, you know, yeah. I mean, you might as well, you know, because you're putting these algorithms in place. You're shadow banning us, and you're having all these fake news, these fake accounts consistently, relentlessly attacking conservatives. You know, and somebody's got to be held responsible. You know, it's gone way too far. And I mean, I believe that the genesis of all of this, what's led us to where we are now with the censorship and the shadow banning, it all started with politically correct culture.
Yeah, okay. Come on, bring it.
Yeah,
PC culture.
yeah.
Bring it.
When you see here, and there's a politically correct culture, basically, if you say one wrong word, one wrong phrase, one wrong sentence that just may be perceived the wrong, in a negative connotation, then you deserve to have your entire livelihood destroyed. That makes no sense to me. What they did to Roseanne was completely out of line, man. It was
Yeah,
completely out of
yeah.
line.
Come on now, speak on it.
When Roseanne was speaking, she made her tweet about Valerie Jarrett. I do not believe she was trying to be racist towards the woman. I look at Valerie Jarrett. Hell, I didn't even know she was a black lady. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. She looked like she might be Persian or something like that. So when Roseanne had her entire show, when she got she got cut out of the show.
Yes.
I mean, that was just wrong. It was looking like they were looking for a reason to get rid of her at ABC.
Woo.
And then they finally kind of like what they're doing with Donald Trump, right? With the whole illegal spying, the fake dossier. They're looking for any reason in the world to impeach his president, convict his president, But with Roseanne, they were looking for a reason to get rid of her because they were probably pissed off that she was supporting Donald Trump in her show.
Uh-huh.
So it didn't matter about the money at that point. It wasn't about the money no more. They had absolutely great ratings. They were making a killing on all the money that they were making.
Yes.
But they said, you know what? Let's sacrifice the money because we have an agenda to push. And Roseanne, she didn't really have a whole lot of support or anything like that.
Right.
With her cast members that were with her, at the show, they weren't really there to support her. Hell, they were piling on with ABC, trying to push her out.
Yes.
So I mean, that's just one example of PC culture, that I'm talking about. So, in accordance to the PC culture, if you say what we want you to say, you'll be rewarded. But if you say what we don't want you to say, we're going to take your ass out. We're going to destroy your livelihood.
Your dick.
So yeah, man, I'm saying all this stuff right here because it's all interconnected. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like a spider when it kind of weaves its web, and it's got these different layers upon it. So we gotta basically approach these problems from the different facets, and then we gotta like come up with solutions. And that's the difficult part about what's going on. Coming up with solutions to all these problems.
Yes, coming up.
Yeah, and the best way for us to go about it is we got to, come together as a people. We got to unite as Americans, not pro-black, not pro-white, not the elite, not the grassroots. We all got to come together as Americans and just realize that we're in a battle for the soul of this nation, of this globalism.
Yep, globalism. Globalism. You said that right. Globalism. That G word, the globalism. I want everybody to look up the word. Just Google up the word globalism. If you don't know what globalism is, I just learned what globalism was a couple years ago. And I'm in my late 40s. I'm in my late 40s. I'm 46. I'll be 47 this year. Okay. So I'm just learning about globalism. It's never too late to wake up.
Nah, it's never too late because you know what? Look, in the Holy Bible, when they at the beginning of the Holy Bible, there was the Tower of Babel, and all the people came together I don't know. I don't remember how it is. But I think it's like all the people came together as one. Okay. And I believe, according to the principles of the Holy Bible, that was the first example of globalism. So when you unite all the people as one, but then what
Yes.
did God do? He broke the people amongst different nations. It's right
Yes.
there in the Holy Bible. You check it out. And he broke the people amongst different nations, and he did it for a reason. I'm not God. I don't know why, but I trust. I have faith that God did it for good reason. So in my opinion, globalism is not good. When you look at the
Yeah.
principle of it all, you know, um, just like socialism is not good. You know, Socialism, I believe, would eventually lead to globalism. So it's like an expanding type of cancer, where you take away the sovereignty of the individual and God, and you give all the power to man and the government.
Yes.
We got a better chance with capitalism than we'll ever have with socialism. It's as simple as
Mm-hmm.
that. And yeah, even capitalism can be abused, with big business and
Mm-hmm.
putting profits over people and paying
Yeah. Yeah.
people,
Yeah. It can be abused.
but the point that I'm making is that capitalism is the way. It is the way. When Cain and Abel
Right.
in the Bible, they were both producers in essence. Um and that's just, in my opinion, a form of capitalism. You don't work, you don't eat.
Oh, come on. Mm. You don't work, you don't eat. You don't get nothing. If you don't work, you're gonna starve. If
Yeah,
you work, you're gonna be well fed. And
exactly. And
comes
there's dignity in every job. There's dignity in every job. I don't give a damn if you dig in a ditch, pushing a broom, if you're the CEO of a company, you
yes.
know, you don't work, you don't eat. And if you work, then you're going to have more than enough. We
Yes.
live in the greatest nation in the
Thank you.
entire world. It's not perfect. I'm not sitting here saying
If
it's
you work at
perfect.
McDonald's, shout out to you. If you work at Burger King, shout out to you. If you work at Wendy, shout out to you. If you work at a car wash, shout out to you.
And I'm glad you brought up a car wash, because you know what? Like, for example, with a car wash, if you sit here and you have a doubt with how the economy is going, I worked a car wash when I was younger,
Yeah.
and a lot of the money is based off of tips. Tell me that you ain't getting good tips.
Mm.
You can't tell me that. You
You
can't
can't
tell me
tell?
that.
Yeah.
Our economy is doing so good right now that right now is the perfect time to be working, because you know what? You're going to make more money working
Mm-hmm.
than you are on disability,
Yes.
on food
Thank you.
stamps,
Yes. Yes.
welfare,
Hello.
whatever.
Hello.
You're gonna make more money. And then on top of that, you're gonna have a sense of purpose. If you talk to somebody that's on disability, chances are that they're not doing a whole bunch with their life. Because guess what? They don't have a whole bunch of money to do nothing. So they probably finna be posted up on the couch, maybe
Yes.
watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
letting their entire life pass by.
Yes. 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 Your labor is not in vain. Your labor is not in vain. I'm telling y'all.
Right. And this, like I said, this go from the pastor down to musicians, down to a laborer at a temp agency, the CEO of
Yes.
a company. Every job is dignified, and it prospers
Mm-hmm.
us collectively. We all prosper more. Now, when you lie, cheat, kill, and steal
Yes.
to obtain a profit, when you manipulate, you do all that
Ooh.
other stuff. That is what's actually messing up capitalism, in my opinion. When you don't put in an honest day's work.
Yes. Honest.
But if you're working yourself an honest job, eventually look at America like a corporation. Look at America like a business. You finna lift up the bottom line, and we're gonna get to higher and higher levels of prosperity.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna be left behind.
Nobody. Fact. Listen, y'all. This is facts. You know, people's like, I'm not always right. You know what? We right on this one. He right on this one. This right. Facts. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, I try to look at all of this through a matter of principle, and like I said, I'm proud to be a Christian. I'm proud of my Holy Bible. It's taught me a lot. And it's not only enough to just read your Holy Bible. You got to live that life. You got to make that commitment, to God. And you got to pay that price. It's not going to be easy. There are plenty of prophets, I mean, hell, if Jesus Christ was crucified, you see what I'm saying? Hey, what makes us any better than him? What makes us any more special? I don't care if you think Jesus is white, black, Indian, whatever the hell, it's about the principle of the matter, so you got to be willing to pay that price to gain that discernment between right and wrong, because that's the blessing God gonna give you, man. God gonna give you that blessing. That's the blessing, discernment.
Woo. Come on. I talked about this like 15 years ago, and I said in church, I was going to this church called Cross Jordan Ministries. I said this, and one day the pastor said this. I want you. We do like a 2-minute thought. We do a 2-minute thought of the day every Sunday, and I said, I got my thought of the day. He said, no, I want you to go ahead and speak next Sunday. I said, do it. I said, Pastor, I don't know how to do all that. What? He said, just do it. And I got up and I talked about that. And I said this. And I said, seriously, I preached a sermon on a Sunday morning. And the pastor allowed me to do that. He said this. He knew how crazy I am, but I was respectful. I got on there and I said it. Why y'all so jealous? If you're going to pray for something, you pray for a spirit of discern, a discerning spirit. You pray for that. That's the best spirit. I'm telling you that you a seer. You pray for that. I mean, I'm serious. A discerning spirit out there. Go ahead, bro. I'm just no.
Boy, you so turned up, man. You break it up on this live feed. But yeah, man. It's about discernment. And that's the price. You got to pay. You got to walk through the fire, bro. You got to walk through the fire, man. And when you get that discernment, you're gonna be able to see what's right and wrong. You're gonna lose your discernment. Our discernment is tied to our consciousness.
Yes.
It's tied to our consciousness. It's very simple. So I believe that a lot of people have a hard time discerning between right and wrong if, for example, they lying, cheating, killing, stealing, whoring themselves out for success, selling their soul, for some dollar bills, and this goes back to I can't remember specifically, but this goes back to, I think, the devil Mammon, the worshiping money. You see what I'm saying? When you put, and this is where I guess I'm talking about the radical side of capitalism,
like the radical.
When you're sitting here and you're putting money over people, you're gonna lose that discernment.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to really be that shepherd and to guide people in the right direction. You might make a nice speech, or you might, make it sound real nice and convince a couple people or whatever, but you're gonna lack that discernment, to guide this nation, to guide our society in the right direction. So, but yeah, man, I mean, hey, that's just what I want to say. I know I got a little stream of consciousness,
go ahead,
conversation going on.
Yeah, break them off. I like what you said about the radical side of capitalism, the radical side of capitalism. And it got me thinking. It got me. I never look. I know about the radical side, but I never thought about it like that. The radical side of capitalism. You got the radical side of liberalism. You got the rebels. Mm-hmm. You got the radical side of everything. I actually know some liberals that I can sit there and watch a football game with together and all this because they're not radical. They're like, I don't care. I got other stuff to be worried about. And so radical with it that they troll you, that they go ahead and do this and try to destroy you. They try to. It's too much about self. It's too much about them in it. It's not even about everybody else no more.
Yeah, you actually got a real good point. And I'm glad you brought that up because when you're selfish, when you put yourself above everybody else, really no good will come from that. And I believe that's one of the principles tied to Satanism. It's all about self. Everything, the entire world revolves around you, and it breeds this perspective of entitlement.
Yes.
Like everybody owes you something, therefore they must cater to what your wants and your needs. So all of this selfishness and stuff, it leads to nowhere good. But when you're a selfless type of person, you're going to be more willing to fall on that sword. You're going to be more willing to look out for other people or to sacrifice for others.
Yes.
And this ties directly to the family unit. Every parent knows. I'm a parent. I have my son right now. I'm a single father. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you put a child before yourself, the Holy Bible says, I think it's Matthew 17 or something. It says, that these children are the greatest that are in heaven. And the children are so special because they're innocent. You see what I'm saying? They're innocent. And this is why Satan targets the children. Because he knows that the children are innocent. And then on top of that, like you said, their brains aren't fully developed. So it's easy to steer them on the wrong course. You see what I'm saying? With this whole transgender movement. I'm here in Houston, right? I'm here in Houston. Houston Public Library basically got caught up with some type of child sex offender reading to the kids in the library. This is how it works. You see what I'm saying? Just like they're trying to kind of push it down on the kids, the whole transgender movement, and sexualize these children, because that's the portal, that's the gateway, that's the way to get into these kids' minds.
Their mind.
It's all about the mind, bro.
Yep, the mind control, which is linked up to the government control. Mind control, the government control, mind control. Get it, y'all?
Yeah, it's real simple. And I have a theory. I got a lot of different theories. Like I have a theory that's called the fire ice theory. And you can look at my Twitter or whatever. Like I said, what is it? Light and Fire 33. But the fire ice theory is something that I voiced out because I think it's a form of where I can explain this whole radicalism concept. When you go too far to the left, too far to the right. You see what I'm saying? Because the answer is in the middle.
Right.
So, and then another thing that I have is I believe that we have like 3 pillars to society. Okay. And I base this on what's called the Kabbalah. Okay, and y'all can look it up. But on the left, you got the pillar of severity. I would put the government on the left pillar. In the middle pillar, you would have what's the media. Okay, all right. And then on the right side, you would have the middle pillar is the pillar of equilibrium. But on the right pillar, you would have what's called the pillar of mercy. And that's where you have the church. So with these three different pillars that have been twisted out of context, that's what I believe has led America to this chaos that we're at right now. Because you got the government that's out of whack. You got the media that's basically being paid to lie to us and spew all this propaganda towards us. But guess what? The reason why I put the media as the middle pillar, which is actually the highest pillar in the Kabbalah, is because remember, Satan works through lies. You lie to push the to eventually persuade the public to push policies through the government, which will lead to socialism, for example. And then you can use the media to persuade the people, through the church. And this is where I go with Al Sharpton with his race baiting ass. I can't stand his ass.
Oh, come on now. Speak on it.
Yeah, man. Because here's the thing. You can't sit here and be all double-minded when you're pushing a race agenda, when you're creating these problems, and then you want to come in and swoop in like you the hero to fix them. You ain't the hero. You was creating You was creating those problems in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Instead of taking a problem for what it was, if something popped up, and then trying to fix it. So. But yeah, man, I think it's really important to repeat that one more time. You got the fire ice theory, and it's nothing special. It's kind of like looking at nature, and that's what I get the ideas from. It's from nature, basically. Just to make it simple, the center of Earth is really, really hot.
Yes.
And then when you go out to space, it's really, really cold. Fire ice. So simple as that.
Yes.
So when I try to come up with these little principles, I try to, I base it on my Holy Bible, but then I try to tie it into nature as well. And then, like I was saying before, those three pillars to our society: the government, the media, and the church. And then here's the kicker: the foundation of those pillars is the faith or the lack of faith in America.
The lack of faith. Yes. The lack of faith, which they suffer from a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, man, I agree. So I mean, I know I'm a little bit out there or whatever, but you got to be you got to like be open minded. That's the thing about this. You got to be real open minded, and in order to even address these problems, because you're not going to be able to come up with any type of solutions with a closed mind.
Yes. When you have an open mind, you don't have a mind of a slave. When you have a closed mind, you have a mind of a slave right there. You have a mind that you right here. You ain't going nowhere. You're stuck. No. You only can go and feed off of other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Not facts, opinions. Yeah.
Or I mean, even on top of that, maybe it's only the facts that are presented to you, but you're not even getting the full picture. You're not getting the full story. So you're only getting one side of the facts, but you're not even getting the other side of the facts.
Yep.
So yeah, man.
That's for real. Hold on, we almost running out of time. This is good. This is it. Hey, we let it go on for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Come on, let's go by the spirit.
But yeah, man. I mean, hey, y'all got any questions? I mean, y'all can ask me whatever. Y'all can. I mean, I'll just give y'all my opinion on it. Don't mean I'm right or wrong, but
yeah. Anybody got some questions in the chat room? I know the rapper always got some questions. Hey, rapper, what's your question over here? Where you at, rapper? It's one of my moms. He be on here. He said Cobra had a bad case of TDS. It needs to be put out of his pathetic misery. There you go. Next, go ahead. So what's your take on it?
I mean, yeah, Stephen Colbert, they're all tripping, he's tied to the mainstream media, and these people, the elite, the powers that be, whoever the hell they are, I don't know, but they just want to keep us under control, mind control, and they see that Donald Trump is a disruptor. He is disrupting the old order of what has been in this country for a long time now. So I mean, Stephen Colbert and many other people in the media, of course, they're going to be against Trump. They're losing their power. And if they're losing their power, they're losing their money. They want it all to themselves. They don't want none of us regular folks getting the money.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have connections with the Greyhound buses to ship us to the rallies? I wish I did have a connection with that.
Nope.
I
ain't got no connection. All I say is, hey, check it out. You book yourself on a Greyhound, book yourself on whatever. If there's a rally coming up, if you got the time, I know we all got lives, we got family, we got work, whatever. But if you got the time, go hit up a rally. Show your support, step up, be a political activist, stand up for your country.
Yes. I'm telling them, like people, I want to get this out to the people. They look at me like yeah, Mo's out there, he's doing things. But listen, y'all, this money comes out of my pockets, and I get help. I get help from the PayPal and Super Chat, and I use that money to travel. I don't use that money to go ahead and F off. I don't use that money to fuck off. I'm gonna say it like I'm not gonna be PC with this, but I don't use that money for it. But I do use that money to go ahead, and that's what we do. They don't understand this activism. We're not like millionaires. We got jobs.
Yeah. We're just regular folks, and a lot of us, we ain't in it for a hustle. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say there aren't political people out there, or there aren't scammers out there, skimming off the top or whatever. But there are decent folks on the grassroots level like us, that we invest this money, like Mo, he got his mic right there. He might invest his money for his mic, to do what he's doing, because check it out. It's all about y'all. We trying to inform you. Mo want to inform you. That's why he had me on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
you got that voice. You got a voice out there. You want to speak. You got a message. Come on now. We let's speak on it. I want that voice. We all want we are that voice. This is our time to shine.
Yeah, it's our time.
This computer I got, I'm telling you, this computer I got was given to me by a patriot. It was given to me. I was on my phone doing videos, given to me. So it ain't for no money. It's for the message. It's for to help people. That's what it's for.
Because when it's all said and done, we're all Americans. We all in this together. Yes. And as long as we take the right approach, America, I believe that America, like I said, we're going to see higher levels of prosperity than y'all could ever imagine. There are plenty of resources in this world.
Yes.
More than enough. And I mean, just imagine if we all got on the same page, we all supported our country, which is rooted in Judeo-Christian values, but even a poor man would probably be living out of a luxury apartment. I mean, that's the level we could get to if we all get on the same page.
Right. Real talk. Hey, Janine Manga. What's up, everybody? What's up, John Ahmad, everybody in here. Jeremy Lee, I see you, bro. I'm just reading. I ain't really read the comments these past half an hour. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Much love to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, and share, and make sure y'all, subscribe to this channel, man. You know, the word need to get out. I'm saying word need to get out. I always say this. We all got that voice up on there, and you know what? They're probably going to eventually ban me from YouTube. They probably eventually ban him. But we got that voice. Somebody got to go ahead and just carry things on and keep that voice going on here, because we that voice against that globalist, against the globalists. We that voice. You know, we the people that's against. I won't say that. I won't get flagged, but y'all know what I was going to say. There's a time and place for everything. Yeah, but fight censorship by sharing this. Fight censorship. But yeah, go ahead, Pro. I'm calling you Pro because your name is long. I say Pro.
Oh well, hey, I'm pretty much done, man. I'm gonna have to wrap this up, man. But check it out, y'all. I'm gonna start a new channel and hopefully a new podcast. But I'm going to title it "Relentlessly Honest."
All right.
Yeah, that's just gonna be a new thing that I did. But you know, check out my old channel with Promethius Unchained. I probably might not make no more videos, but check it out. You know, I look into the media, the programming, the symbolism of it all. You know, the politics, the culture.
Okay.
You know, it's all up on the channel. But you know, I'm going to start my new channel, Relentlessly Honest, and you know, hopefully
so
I can get
a new permanent channel. You're gonna be on live and doing everything on there. That's gonna be your new channel.
Yeah, that's gonna be my new channel, and I'm gonna be starting it up this week.
And you already promoted it on your Promethius channel. So if y'all subscribe on there, y'all look, it's promoted on there. I already put that, and you know, keep you posted.
But yeah, and I'm gonna, you know, it's been a minute since I made some videos, but I'm gonna consistently make videos, and I'm gonna hopefully interview, you know, all kind of different people, you know, probably from the grassroots, you know, because
yeah,
you know, you have a lot of these elite people, these super rich people, and they're interviewing celebrities and all that stuff. Right. But you know, we got to talk to each other down here in the grassroots, because that's where most of the people are misinformed. They are down here in the grassroots.
Yep, grassroots. So, you know.
All right, Mo. Well, hey, check it out, man. I really appreciate you having me on, man. I know I was rambling on for a minute, bro, but
that's what I wanted to do.
You know, shit, man. Hey, oh, my back hurts. But anyways, it felt good, you know, just kind of get all that stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? And if there are any liberals that check this out, or there are liberals that are looking, look, I can listen to y'all. I can talk to y'all. Maybe there's a part of American history that was racist, if you want to say that. When the Muslims enslaved their own black people and sold their own black people off in here in America, you know, maybe there's some type of tie there or something like that. You know, with the Muslims selling off the slaves to the, you know, let's say the white settlers or whatever in America. So
settlers.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I'm trying to be, you know, politically correct. But check it out. I don't want to go too far, you know, call them all white supremacists. But anyways, but the point of the matter is, all of American history is not racist. That's a fact.
Facts.
All right, y'all. But hey, thanks a lot, Mo, man. I appreciate you, man. And shit, man, you hit me up anytime, bro.
Anytime. Stay online, bro. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on here. Much love, y'all. All right. Keep America great, man. Thanks, bro, for coming on here. Peace out, bro.